Mercy and grace.
Yeah. What's good, everybody? You know what it is. It's your boy Key.
And your boy Josh.
Jay Myers, what's up?
And we back again with another episode. We just be talking with a do out there. We're gonna get straight to it. We excited for this next episode. Do I owe you? How much do I owe you? Do I owe you anything at all? Josh, do I owe you?
Do you owe me?
Yeah.
Nah, you don't owe me nothing.
John, do I owe you?
Yeah.
What I owe you?
You've been late a couple of times. And we got
What? I gave my dollar.
Yeah, but
Hey, matter of fact, where is my dollar, bro?
It's like 2 weeks. 2 weeks he's been late.
All right, here we go. Do you feel like you owe anybody else in your life?
Man, so the only people I feel like you owe, as far as physical people, are your kids until they get married. And that's just my opinion. Like, I feel like you should take care of your kids because they didn't ask to be here. You should take care of your kids until they are able to fend for themselves, provide for themselves, and, of that sort. Other than that, man, a big word.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you got married, I do feel like you owe your spouse everything that you said in your vows.
Okay.
For better, for worse, for rich, for poor, for sickness and in health, all of those things. I feel like you do owe that person because you decided to get married. So you do owe that person that. Outside of those two people, or if you have more, those two groups of people, I don't feel like you owe anybody anything.
So what you're saying is you, JB, owe your kids, you owe your spouse.
Correct.
You don't feel like you owe your mom or dad anything?
Nah.
Okay. I mean, I'm just asking. I'm just picking. John, want to chime in? Like, do you feel like you owe anybody in life as far as like a human?
I'm not gonna say own, but payback is due. I feel like if you're in a position to give to the people that looked out for you in the past, I think you should. I think you should let them know that what they did for you and how much it meant, and here's something. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. I definitely do think you should pay back the people that help you plant, get to where you need to be. And that's just my opinion. Not only your kids, but, whether it's the lady who played the auntie role, dads, moms. If you're in a position to always help, I think you should always look to help.
So do you feel like being grateful is not enough? Like there has to be, I mean, obviously if you're in a position that you have to help financially, like do you feel like you have to help financially or in other ways? Or do you feel like just being grateful, constantly telling them like, you appreciate them for your upbringing and all that stuff?
As far as parents goes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it sounds nice. I'm grateful, but like money, gifts, that's what you can give someone. In my opinion, I can say I'm grateful all I want to, but dollars help.
Dollars does help.
So do they necessarily need that? Like, is it because they need it, or you would just give it as a token of your gratitude?
Yeah. And if they need it. Both.
For sure. So mama can move in?
I said give a gift.
So mama can't move in?
Nah, but if I need to help pay mama rent, I can do that.
So what if you are, like, you maxed out with your family as far as dishing out extra money, and the only option, I don't want to say only option, but the main option that you have is to move your mom in?
Yeah. If I'm in a position to help,
push come to shove,
and then we've exercised all options, absolutely. Because if it was vice versa, what you think was gonna happen with your parents. They'll help you out.
You think she owe you that now that you're grown and you have your own family?
No one's not owed anything. To me personally, I honestly believe that if I'm in a position to help the people that helped me in the past, that's what I'm going to do. I actually look forward to getting to a point in my life to where I can take care of the people somehow, some way that did some very monumental things for me in my life. So it's not necessarily like a bill that I have to pay, but it's more so like a goal of mine to be able to take care of the ones that really, really helped change my life and mold my life.
For sure. Key, we're not going to forget about you. You ain't going to sit over there quiet. Do
I'm
you
just asking the
owe
questions.
anybody, and who are the people that you owe?
So you know me, words aren't my strong suit. So I had to look up the word "oh," and it says,
"Text your wife like you did last episode."
But it said I should have. She would have probably said Webster dictionary. But I said it says have an obligation to pay or repay in return for something received. So the word obligation is kind of strong. That's like I have to kind of demeanor. So if we were to go off of that definition, if I had kids, I would definitely feel like I owe them, something.
Why?
You said what?
Why?
For one, they didn't have a choice whether to be born or not. That was a decision between me and my spouse. Choice that we wanted to have a kid. So I feel like if it's our choice to do this, then it should be our obligation, especially while they're young. They can't do a lot of things for themselves.
What if they're 18? Like after 18, do you feel like you owe them?
Do I feel like I owe them? Again, me personally, I feel
like, are you obligated?
I'm gonna say unless they are able to fend for themselves, because even 18-year-olds, some 18-year-olds aren't ready to be on their own. Unless they're ready to fend for themselves, I will feel. I'm just being real. I will feel obligated to help my 18-year-old, even my 19-year-old, with certain different things. Now, you talking about like driving and stuff like that. Like I feel like you should have done that when you were younger. Some things like I expect for you to do for yourself. I'm not going to feel obligated to do, but there are some things that personally, if my son or daughter isn't yet prepared for or ready for, I am going to feel obligated to help them with certain things. My spouse, I think that goes without saying. Again, that's my decision. We talked about it. My decision to get married to this individual.
For sure.
Through it all, it is a personal decision to get married. To say I do to that person, so there is some type of ties with that person. I would feel obligated to.
For sure.
But other than that, like and I don't want to sound harsh, but as far as anybody else, I don't think I'm obligated to do nothing. Now, because of my personality, I want to do those things. It's in my heart to do those things. But do I have to? No, I don't think that I have to do like any of those things that I'm going to do when that time comes. So I know we talked about mother. Do I feel obligated? No. Do I feel like I want to? Yes, but obligation and that's a tough word. That's a tough word.
So you said obligated is it's a tough word. It's a big word. Very like owning word, almost like. But in the same token, like, do you feel like they should come to you and ask you for things?
Depends on who it is.
We're talking about
We talking about parents. Man, that's tough, man. That's really tough because I know that just thinking of my own parents, and when I'm thinking about parents, I'm really like, no offense, but I'm really talking about a parent. Like, I'm really talking about my mom. Like,
Right.
I'm going to want to do that because of what she did for me. So I guess that's like paying it forward or paying it backwards.
Do you feel like what she did for you was her responsibility, though?
Yeah. I think she shared the responsibility with my dad, with my biological father or stepdad. Like, I feel like it wasn't just her. I feel like she shared the responsibility with somebody else.
For sure.
So I think that's part of the reason why, like, I don't feel obligated, but it's almost like I'm gonna take a page out of the John book. Like, you should, like, it's something that you should do. Like,
Said
you know
who?
me. You said what?
Said who?
John says
Oh.
you should. Hold on. You sound like
because that's, again, that goes back to a responsibility. You decided to have children, so it is
Correct.
your responsibility.
So what's the cutoff? What's the cutoff for the child to stop asking their mom for things or dad for things or looking for a handout?
I feel like
it's getting spicy.
I feel like it's dependent on the relationship. I also feel like whether or not they're married or not. If we want to go to the Bible,
What about an adult? What is considered to be an adult? 18?
in the world or in society,
I was
they say
just about to
18.
say.
I
And-
say
and
you're
it-
not an adult until you are married.
Okay,
to
but
me.
when
Like,
does
you're
it-
married and you can fend for yourself?
When does the United States of America classify adults?
18?
18?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the age of 18, you can go vote, you can go to war,
For sure.
you can do everything but buy liquor.
Correct.
You can make health decisions.
Correct.
You can make all the major decisions you can start making at
Correct.
18. Your mom can't even look at your medical records at the age of 18 without
Okay.
your permission.
Correct.
So why not cut it off there? As the child, why not?
Did you prepare your child by the
Right.
age of 18?
That's
If you-
what I'm basing it off of.
If
So
you
Like,
prepared
it's-
your child by
it's-
the age of 18, they probably will be out on their own and doing their own thing.
Okay, so it's whenever the child has grown up enough to be able to take care of said thing he was asking mom or dad to do. Is that what we're
I
saying?
don't think it's necessarily that, but you have to take a look at yourself. Did I properly prepare my son or daughter by the age of 18 to where they're ready for the real world? If you have not prepared your son or daughter by the age of 18, it might take some more years after 18 for them to be an actual adult in society. I don't think age shouldn't define a person's mentality. Like, some
sure.
people are still 21, 25, 23 that are still eating baby food. Like, you know what I'm talking
But
about? So-
society says you're an
I
adult
don't
at
subscribe to
18.
Not the person that don't care about society.
Time out.
talking
don't
about
But you
subscribe to
guys
society.
do. If we go back to the society episode, you guys do. But now that it comes to parents and handouts and help,
Right.
we don't subscribe to it.
No,
No,
we
that's
said
not
that
what we're
we're a
saying.
part of society.
Well, oh, okay.
We're a part
That's
of
not what we're
society.
saying.
Oh,
We're just
okay.
saying somebody that said they don't care about society, you sure want to use them now.
I'm asking the guys that do care about society.
Okay.
Okay.
Why not go with that when it comes to being an adult?
You can go with that.
Okay. So
There's no problem
because
going to
you know,
that.
as a kid, you
I
can make mistakes. You could choose to change your career path 1,000 times, which delay you not being ready. But it's not the parents' fault.
Yeah,
you can go
correct.
take a path and a career choice that they
Correct.
didn't necessarily gear you or prepare you or showed you
And
a
those
model
things
for.
aren't on you.
That's not their job to do that either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but how
those-
they're supposed to prepare you if they're showing you
Those
a way
things
to
that
go
aren't-
and you don't go there?
Because some parents try to live vicariously through you, or they try to force you to go to a certain career
Y'all
path
see.
or do a certain thing,
Mhm.
right? Yes or no?
There, to me, you could say living vicariously through me, but I'm going to say preparation. They're preparing you for
what?
a career
For
that
a
may be
dead-end
promising.
That they're tired, that they weren't home for their families because they were at this job?
But
Yeah,
was
we're
it
not-
dead end though? Wasn't it not fruitful?
Fruitful in what way?
Fruitful, yeah.
It depends. If you're just talking about money, there's plenty of things that you can do to make money. Like, money ain't like, money shouldn't be your main goal. We need it to survive. We need it to thrive. We need it to pay bills, go on vacation, all of those things.
Look.
But at the end of the day, you still should be with your family. Like,
I'm not.
just because you say this career path, I mean, in African homes, that's a big thing.
That's true.
Like, if you're not a doctor, if you're not a lawyer, if you're not an engineer, if you're not these things, you're a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they tie it based on money, and most of the time, they want a return on what they feel like was an investment.
that's
My child
very
is not
true.
an investment.
That's very true. Look, I'm just not gonna throw my son and daughter out there to the world if I know that they're not ready, and it could be because of numerous of things. Like, I'm just not going to be like, okay, now you're 18, now you got to go get your own zip code, now you got to go get your own car, now you got to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to work on those things while you are young, yes, but something might come along the road of life, journey to life, that may hinder you from taking these necessary steps that, you know, that should have happened. And I think that's okay. That's life.
So Josh said one of the things that feels like you should separate from the parents is when you get married. So what if you get married at 18? Does the cutoff point stop then because they decided to make a life change?
Well, yeah.
Y'all know my saying. That's on you.
Yeah, that was your
baby.
choice.
So it's what are the rules? What are the rules to cut off? Is it when they're ready? Because it may take some adults to their 35, some adults to their 34. Am I still allowed to be under my parents' covering because I haven't, in
And
their
you're
eyes,
married?
need to be ready?
And you're
And I'm not
married?
married. Let's just say I'm not married and I'm 30.
I don't
I'm
put
30.
an age on it for not married.
It's just when you feel like you, the adult now, the child now, is ready, then you can cut your wings from the parents,
Yeah.
basically. I don't think that's fair.
How's it not fair?
Yeah, care to
Because it may
elaborate?
take you longer than most adults.
Then you shouldn't have had me, or you should have prepared me better.
No, so it's the parents' fault.
Yes.
It's
If
the
you're
parents'
not
fault.
prepared,
Go
it
ahead.
is majority of the time, it is your parents' fault as to why you're not prepared.
So it's your
Either they
parents'
sheltered
fault
you
that you're
too
not
much-
ready until you're 35?
Part of the foundational part, yes. Now, if you just...
What if you had a great foundation?
What's a great foundation?
Both parents at home, helping you with
That don't mean
homework,
nothing.
whatever.
Both parents at home, they could be trash parents.
I'm still going. They were loving. They
He
were
is still
caring.
going.
They had you in all the school programs. They did everything they could do. But when you turned 18, you decided to go see what the world is. Ain't it Joseph who did that? Give me my inheritance and let me go run off.
For sure.
Poo-poo.
And
So,
then-
like, I just
and as
want.
the dad, he should have been like, "That's on you."
I feel like it's. I just feel like it's one sided.
That's not one sided. I
What
said.
do you
I
mean
just said the
one
dad
si-
should
what
have
do you
said
mean
that's on
one-sided?
you.
Like, Daddy, I still need your covering. Mommy, I still need your covering.
But you just told me you didn't.
But hold on, let me finish. I still need your covering, but I'll let you know when I'm ready for it to no longer be there.
Nah,
It doesn't sound
No,
fair.
nobody said that.
Because you don't have a cutoff time. You get to choose when you stop for the handouts.
No.
So what are you saying?
We're not saying you could just live and just be a bum on your parents' couch and just do whatever until.
I'm not saying being a bum. Maybe I have a job that doesn't pay off. Maybe I just started in a career that doesn't pay off. Like, what is the stipulation? Is it money point or when I
that's
feel
what
like I'm
saying.
ready?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't afford to live on your own because you're working and going to school, and unfortunately, your job, you're a full-time student, and you full-time, working a job.
But what if I
And
didn't tell you to get a doctorate degree?
You said what?
What if I didn't tell you to go to school for 15 years, 10 years?
It's okay.
What if I didn't tell you to change your major?
Why didn't you tell me to do those things though?
But it's my choice, right? It's your choice.
It is your choice, but we going back to what you said. You
Okay.
said your parents should guide you and lead you right into which plans that they know work, right?
That's why I asked for an age, because at the age of 18, they can guide you and lead you all you want to, but at the end of the day, the final decision falls on you.
Correct. But
So it sounds like as a parent, if I lead you to be an engineer, but at the age of 18, when you go to college, you decide to do something else, take up
Correct.
another
I'm
major,
gonna be honest with
go
you.
into
Like I
nursing.
said.
They need to boost
So now
all
I
those
gotta-
age numbers up anyways. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like that stuff don't make sense to me anyways. Like, you go buy cigarettes at 18,
But you can't. Yeah.
like that don't make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I
that's
disagree
why I'm
with a lot
asking,
of those
what's the
laws
cutoff
right
But
now.
point?
that's on you. If you've decided to go against the teaching, that's on you. And
So-
now you put the decision in your parents' hands to decide whether, hey, we will continue to help you or we're going to cut you off because we've guided you and led
Yep.
you and you decided you're going to do whatever
Now
you
it's
want to
on
do.
you.
So the parent, let me ask you a question now. So what if as a parent, a mother and a father, I feel like I gave you all the instructions and examples that you may need. Of course, it's one-sided. As a kid, I can tell you whether or not you were a good parent for me. We get that.
Right.
But let's just say I did that, right?
Okay.
But you decide to go somewhere else. As a parent, do I get to say, hey, you got until you 21, then I'm cutting you off?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
For sure.
I thought it was one-sided.
No, it's not one-sided.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not one-sided.
But you don't, let's just say your parent decides to fund or pay for the life changes you make after 18, even though I gave you a good roadmap to follow.
I think that's a
Do
choice.
you think, and what if it takes you till you're 32 years old, but they're still paying and they're behind you financially?
No, we're not doing
Yeah,
that.
that sounds like enabling to me.
No, it's not, because doctors take it till they're about
That sound
30,
like
nurses take it
enabling.
till they're about 26. So it's not enabling, it's career choice. I don't want you to get
Yeah, but
I
you
don't-
saying you said switch.
Switch.
You
switch.
saying
So
switch.
yeah, people switch. They go
Say
start out
switch.
being teachers and then they get to their last 2
No,
years
I'm
and they
not
want
doing that.
Yeah.
You said you want to be a teacher.
When you-
I helped you be
Oh,
a
okay.
teacher.
Understand that when you switch, we're gonna have to get some switch money.
So now
And
there
I had the
rules.
money when you wanted
There
to
are
be this. Now you want to be something else.
There rules.
You're gonna have to add in something with my money.
So there's rules. There's rules to the covering of the parent. I asked you guys before,
Yeah,
were there
covered
rules?
you. They covered you
That's
to get
what
your
I'm
teaching
saying.
degree.
So
You
there
decided
rules.
to switch. When you
Okay.
switch, that's on you.
I just want to know the
baby.
rules. I just want to know the rules of when the covering stops. That's all.
Again, I still think it depends on the parents.
Yeah.
It still depends on them. But if you want to say, hey, we stopping at 18, like society says, hey, stop at 18, just make sure that you have prepared your child by the age of 18. Since you know that 18 is what society considers them as an adult.
Yeah.
Make sure they know about credit.
I
It don't matter if-
disagree with that
it
because
don't matter
you
if-
graduate high school when you what 17, 18, right?
Right.
You haven't really even touched real life after, like, you get what I'm saying?
You gotta-
so
you gotta-
I disagree with, and that's why I disagree with that age, because you're just not graduating high school.
You gotta
not,
talk to society,
okay, you ready
man.
for the? I'm about to go into the real world. Oh, now I'm an adult. No, I need to assimilate.
So I didn't say kick them out the home and do all of that.
Yeah,
Why you
But
can't though?
You
You said
can
what?
if you want. There
Okay.
are plenty of parents that do.
Yeah, for sure.
And they
For
trash.
sure. I don't think they
Nah,
trash.
and
But
they
what if they
trash.
prepared you? They not
No, they didn't
trash.
prepare. They didn't. They for sure didn't prepare.
We can't say that.
They for sure didn't prepare.
We can't say that.
She saying they trash.
They for sure didn't prepare.
Why
their
you
child.
why you say
Because
that?
that's why I be
They're
asking
tired-
for like an age limit.
Because
like, what's the
everybody I know
stipulations?
that's been kicked out at 18 was not prepared, and they said they weren't prepared. Now, if you got somebody that's being a tyrant, like you said last episode, like they just want to be out, they just want to be grown, they want to do whatever they want, they don't want to abide by the rules in the house.
Yeah, what you're saying is
That's on you, baby.
So, a question culturally. Do you think that applies to other cultures?
yes and no.
I think
Hold on, Key. Go
The-
ahead. Yes or no?
No, I
Why?
just say yes and no. Does it apply to other cultures?
Do other cultures have the same mindset of we don't owe the parents or we don't have to take care of the parents?
I think a lot of culture does have the mindset of like, and we talked about this, like when I get big or when I get to this certain status,
Black people
like
do that.
I have to go back into the hood and I have to take care of Big Mama and Big Uncle because they watch me for
Black-
2 weekends.
No, just mama and daddy. We
now
talking about
that-
mama and daddy.
And
Black-
you
black
said
culture.
mommy and daddy. I'm gonna be honest with you. As for me and mine, when I get big, I'm just not handing you no. I'm letting y'all know everybody that's out
Oh.
there. I'm not just giving you money. You go come work.
Let me tell you what I've
We
seen.
gonna go to work.
Let me
I'm gonna
tell-
create a team. Hold on, I'm gonna create a team, and you go join the team so you can get this money so you can work for yourself. But I'm not just gonna hand you the money just because you my best friend, or just because you my brother, or just because you my sister. And I don't expect the same thing. When you get big, put me on. Don't give me money because I'm gonna go and spend it.
facts.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Put me on so I can get money like you getting money, so I can work for myself or I can work for you, my family. But it's gonna be the same way. When I get big, please don't expect for me to. If I hit the lotto, whatever, the podcast jump off, I'm not just giving y'all money. Mama, are you watching this?
Not you call you.
I love you. I love you. You a nurse? You go. Hey, if you want to be
now
a
she gonna
nurse,
stay a nurse.
Hey, mama, I got you. I got you.
You gonna pay our house
You gonna
off?
work less? You gonna work? Huh?
You gonna pay our house off?
My mama?
Yeah.
It depends how much money I got. I ain't gonna lie. My mama got to get taken care of. Nah, I don't feel obligated.
Don't switch up.
I don't feel
Don't switch up.
obligated,
Stand
but
on it.
I want to.
Stand on it.
No, I said that.
Okay, so I got a
don't
question.
feel obligated.
Why do you want to?
Because I feel like my mama did stuff that she didn't necessarily have to do because it was a one. My mom was almost like the father in the. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. My sister was like the mom. My mom was working more than she had to do, and that's why I feel like I want to give something back to her for all of her hard work. Now, do I have to? Absolutely not. I don't have to do that, and she would still love me, and I would still love her.
For sure.
But I want to.
Key,
What's up?
we grew up in an area, Southwest,
Southwest.
like not the A-Leaf,
Yeah, 8400 West Belford, baby. What it do?
but there weren't a lot of parents like ours.
That's true.
We saw how parents treated their kids, this, that, and the third. To me, I think life is the greatest gift you can give anybody. There's so many kids you could disagree, but there's so many kids who parents left them up for adoption.
Yeah.
Who didn't care about them, didn't feed them, didn't do this, went out to the club, dropped them off we didn't have that. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily it's their obligation, because I don't care if they made you or birthed you. They don't have to take care of you. You can call me a crazy person, you can call me a bad parent. They don't have to, because a lot of parents don't.
I disagree with that.
A lot of parents don't. They don't have to.
They don't what?
They don't have to take care of you.
Yes,
they don't have to love you that way.
At what age? What are you talking
All
about?
right.
If you die under the age of 18, your parent is liable for your death.
Okay.
Yes.
Bro, what?
Okay.
Yes. And yes.
Nah, but back to your other question. I think black culture are the only ones that feel like we owe off to work we go. There are plenty. I did some research. I don't have the exact numbers, but there are plenty as far as middle-aged married Caucasian people that do not help.
Don't do that.
They do not help their family. They don't turn around and say, "I'm gonna pay off mom and them house. I'm gonna do all of these things."
How do we know?
I'm just going based off statistics. What was who was questioned and things of that nature. And from what I see, I have never seen a white athlete get on national television and say, "I'm gonna do XYZ for my parents or my mama."
The Watts have.
You said what?
JJ and TJ?
Yep.
Oh, I guess I ain't seen that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think
Okay,
JJ
so one.
I think Walden them from the hood though. Nah, for real. I think they from the hood though. They be throwing it up. I think they from the hood.
I mean, to each his own.
I just feel like we have an ingrained trauma in black culture that we always feel like we owe somebody
I'm not
something.
doing it. Cause if I do it, I feel like I'm gonna get sucked back in. I'm not doing that. I'm not going back to the hood
But we
and raise up the hood. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
Why
going
you-
back to the hood and fix the. I'm not doing none of that.
Why you not?
I'm not doing it.
Will you move?
I'm
So
taking John.
if mama is or dad is still in the hood, would you move them out of the hood now that
Yes.
you have money?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Your parents staying in the hood?
I mean, I ain't grew up in the hood, so
No, I'm just saying. We're just saying
I
for an
can't-
example.
And this is
saying.
and this is the big difference. No, time out. Now we got to talk about it.
Talk about
It's
it.
a big difference for people who came from less privileged lifestyles.
That still don't matter.
Time out. For people who
matter.
came from less privileged lifestyles, it's we want this. We want to be able to take care of our parents, because we remember the nights where boys was hungry, where boys didn't have this, and then we saw mama working hard. And to us,
You shouldn't have kids.
Time out. You keep interrupting, but it doesn't. You're deflecting.
I'm not deflecting.
You are. We'll stop interrupting,
You got it.
Good point.
because me and Key came from different situations. So we don't feel like we owe them anything. But if you ask us if we had it, we're going to give it to them. Those are two different things. We're both not saying that we owe them anything. But the people in us, where we came from and how we brought up and what we went through, if we got extra, we going to make sure mommy's straight. And we don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
above
But when
anybody
you
else.
come from a different background where everything is given, or you didn't, or whatever the case may be, you may now feel like you owe them something.
So
It's just two different lifestyles. Neither are wrong. I'm just trying to understand that where's the cutoff? Why is it when you're a certain age or get married? Like, why is it that? Why isn't it when you're 18? Why is it when you feel like you have reached a part in your life where you're ready to be like, I don't need you? Like, that I don't understand.
I didn't say that. I said when you're 18, if they prepared you, then you good.
Marriage. Why
you
is
become
it?
the head of the household.
Oh, okay.
As a man, anyway.
Okay.
And as a daughter, you go under a man of the house.
So, question for you.
Okay.
So, if your parents were living in a less fortunate area or not as doing good as you would want your parents to do or you to do, and you made it big, would you take your parents from where they are to live a better lifestyle?
No.
What would you do?
Why not? Hold on. Why not?
Because I don't owe you anything.
Okay.
For that reason, you wouldn't do it?
I do not owe you anything.
I'm not saying you
don't
owe
owe
him.
him.
We
You've
just
lived
asking.
50, 60, 70 years and you couldn't get out the hood?
Okay.
No, they couldn't.
Why?
Because they had kids.
Okay.
Goes back to my point. If you cannot support children or have a better lifestyle for the children, don't have them.
But
Everybody's not having kids that are planned, bro. Unlike kids, a lot of these kids are accidents.
You know
a
what's
lot
a
of
good
these.
birth
Hold
control?
on, bro. A lot of these kids are accidents. A lot of these kids are oops. A lot of these kids are. Let's just keep it a buck. Like no one's really planning kids. The 5 people you know that are planning kids are not even the minority. It's less than that. A lot of times people are surprised. A lot of times people don't know that they're pregnant. A lot of times girls go to the doctor and they don't know until they piss on the stick, my guy. So it's not, a lot of people don't plan it. So we got to stop dealing with the small amount, but the majority. Majority of kids are not being planned.
I want to know, what would you do?
They're a monkey wrench in someone else's life.
So now it's the kids' fault. They're a monkey wrench.
We can get caught up on the small things,
I wouldn't
but it
blame the
is what it
kids.
is.
What?
I wouldn't blame
It's
the
not
kids.
planned, bro.
Let me know when you finish. I'll respond.
It's not planned.
I wouldn't blame the kids.
Do you, like,
You know what the best birth control is? Not having sex.
Oh, okay.
sex.
You talking about, oh, they're not playing.
okay.
If you having unprotected sex, you better have a plan for children.
Okay.
Damn.
Like, I don't want to hear that
Yeah.
excuse of, oh, they were a monkey wrench. No, you knew that if you got in the bed and you had sex unprotected, that a child could potentially come from this.
Yes.
If you're not prepared for
I try
that,
to tell people
strap up
You
or
must
don't
not
have
want a
sex.
kid. You must
Nope.
not want to have a kid strong enough. Your will to not want to have a kid wasn't strong enough because you would have never had sex. Whether it was with a condom, birth control, you would have never had sex. Just know if you have sex, it's a possibility. I don't care what you on. Just let you know that. I don't
Big
care what you on.
facts.
But I still want to know what would you do
Why
to your
wouldn't
parents?
Yeah,
What you mean, what
you
would
just
I do
keep
to my
driving by in
parents?
your Bentley like, all right, mom, I'm gone.
Yeah, what would
Y'all
you
need to do something with this fence.
What would you do?
Like, how
if
would
you
your
made it
attitude
big,
be?
It's not about attitude, though.
I just want to know what it's like. What
You
is
said
a
'cause you don't
typical
owe
day?
them. We
Let's just
understand
say
you
you're
don't
a
owe them.
millionaire and mom Duke's off in the South Side, third. Well, she's somewhere just,
She been living there all her life.
So you,
but she raised you there, got you up out of there, turned you into the man
She
that you
got
are
me up out of there?
to make a million.
She turned me into that, or I put in the
She
work from
she
what she
had
taught
you
me.
for 18 years. She did something the first 18 years before,
You
whenever
saying
you
that
left
you
her
were
house.
leaving
Right, so
them?
she went out and did the schoolwork, right?
So let me ask you.
No,
what
don't
if-
deflect.
I'm not deflecting. Definitely not deflecting.
Did she go out and do the schoolwork, or I went out and did the schoolwork?
You did.
You did.
Okay.
Where did you
'Cause
sleep at night? Where did you get your meals at night?
At that house.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you saying
Guess who
because she
asked
owe
to be
you that?
here?
Oh, okay.
Did
You
I
saying
ask to
'cause
be
she
here?
owe you that?
That's because
You
if
saying
that's
'cause
the
she-
Don't try to put that on the kids. I didn't ask to be here.
You saying because she
And
owe
then now
you?
you're talking about, oh well,
all right.
But
I shouldn't
what
have to do that.
would you do?
What would you do, bro?
I still want to know what would you do.
It honestly does depend on my relationship with my parents, regardless of if I
Do you
got
have
money.
a good relationship for your parents to where if they fall down on hard times and you're up, that you would be able to give them something? Let's make it personal.
Yeah.
Like, would you take care of your parents right now if you could?
Take care of them in what way?
If they need whatever they need, and you had a need that they had a need that you can fix, would you do it?
In what way?
And
Financially.
Nah, don't say financial.
Come on.
Don't say-
And financially.
Why you
Don't
need
say
me financially?
You love bringing up finances.
I'm
so
asking
let's
a
talk about
question.
financially.
Okay, so why do you need me financially?
whatever reason they may need. They lost
No, it
money,
gotta be-
lost
yeah,
the
use
your
business,
imagination.
lost some money in the stock
It gotta be a
market.
good reason.
You know,
Use your
whatever the case
imagination.
may be. Somebody
Since I
got
grew up
ill.
privileged,
Hold on, I
I
didn't
would
say
tell
you
my
grew up
dad- I would
privileged.
tell my
I was
dad,
explaining the two differences.
Go sell your house. Go sell them cars that you got.
Okay.
Don't come to me about no money.
Okay.
And you got all these
So
things
what?
in
So
your
what if he sold the house, lost the house, sold all the cars,
I'm talking
and he
about
got
they
sued?
unfortunate.
Whatever the case may be. Just think about it. Just think about if he was down and out.
No,
Would you help him,
I still want to know.
or would you be like, what did you do to get like that?
I would ask that.
Oh.
Because I'm asked that as
But
well.
would you help
And
him?
parents
I definitely
ask their
would ask
child
that,
as
though.
well.
Would you help him though?
I would ask that question too.
I
bro.
said it depends.
Financially, would you,
It
okay,
does-
what it
it-
depends
what
on.
was the
What does it
reason?
depend on? What does it depend on?
It does depend. If you went and blew your money, or you were unwise with your money, or you
Then no, you
thought
wouldn't.
because I was making it, you want to live outside of your means. No, I'm not finna help you.
True.
I
Okay.
still want
But
to.
what
Now,
if
if you fall on health challenges, if one of the parents dies, or one of the
Excuse
parents
me.
gets sick, or any of those things, like I'm definitely going to help them.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Key.
Excuse me.
Go ahead,
But why would you help him?
I still want to know, nigga.
bro. Did I not answer the question?
No.
Okay, what's the question?
If you and your peoples were always down and out, and you made it out to whatever, I ain't gonna say hood. You say wherever is not good enough. It's not good enough for you and your family. It's never been good for you and your
Yeah,
peeps.
we
But
wanna
you
know.
made it out. You said you wouldn't go back and take care of them. I get that, but what would you do? You got money now.
I would
your
be
parents.
with the family that I created.
What does that mean? That sounds like a
If
parable.
I'm married, and there ain't no parable. If I'm married and I have kids, they come first.
Okay.
I got that.
we got that. And we agree. We agree.
Yeah, we agree. I
We
got
agree with that. But
Yeah.
what if mommy and
What
daddy still
would
in
you
this?
do? Like you still got mama and daddy over there.
It's
Is
not
that-
my
is
it's not
that
my responsibility to get you out the hood.
So you saying you leaving them?
Y'all can stay
Yeah.
right there. All right.
Dang, bro.
Y'all can stay there.
Dang,
Y'all come visit.
Bruh. Dang, bro.
Y'all can come visit.
I seen a lot of movies about you.
That's good. I'm glad. They need to put me in one.
Dang, bro. That's cold, bro.
How's that cold?
That's cold blooded.
How is that cold? You created this responsibility on yourself.
Right, I get that.
So don't expect something out of it
I'm not
in
saying
return.
expect, but if you can do something to help your
So
parents
I got it. I got you.
live
Keith.
better
I got
than
you,
what
Keith.
they're living, and it wouldn't hurt you, you wouldn't
All
do
right.
it.
So let me ask you a question, right? I'm gonna paint a scenario. Let's
Paint
just say you went to Jackie A's.
Picasso.
Hold on. Let's just say you went to Jackie A's in Third Ward.
Mm-hmm.
From there, you stayed at home and went to college, and at U of H or TSU.
Okay.
You were still staying at the crib because you from Third Ward. You were still staying at the crib. You was going to school from the house to college. You was doing your internships and still staying at mommy house in the hood.
Mm.
All this time, she cooking meals. She doing all this stuff. She's making sure you get up to school. You got a place to rest your head, and you get a job offer after you graduate. Still staying at mom's crib, and you making a crazy amount of money. So you going from your mom's crib to making a crazy amount of money after you graduate because you did so well at your internship.
Okay.
You don't feel like you owe mommy nothing?
You don't care about that?
Oh,
I could have answered that for you. You don't care about that?
What do I owe you? As your child, what do I owe you?
We're not saying you owe anything. We just
Yeah,
want to know if you're going to do anything.
That's
Would
not-
you do
Yeah,
anything? Would you
that's-
help? Would you look out? That's
Yeah.
it. We understand.
I said if something came up, I would look out.
But
that doesn't
the-
look at
the
me looking
scenario-
out doesn't mean moving you out of the hood to buy you another house.
I didn't say
We
move.
didn't
I didn't say that's
But
not what I was
if you
looking
got
for.
$10 million,
So what?
Oh,
let's
we
put a
we
number
putting
on it.
a number
You
on
got
it.
$10
Okay.
million.
What does that
you
mean?
good, but you did all
Yeah, we
your.
already talked about it. 10 million ain't really that.
All right. I
What
mean,
do-
I
what
get it.
does
I
that
understand.
mean that I have $10 million? What does that mean?
That means you got more than them.
At what age?
You got way more than you
Which
ever.
means I put in the work to get there, right? Or they handed me that $10 million.
I'm not saying they handed to you, but they did have a hand in you making that $10 million.
How so?
What
Because
you
if
mean?
y'all want to go back to the parents that y'all had or parents that most black people have,
Mhm.
the parents didn't pay for them to go to school.
I won't say
So
that.
what do you owe your parent?
I won't say that.
Because
Pay for-
98% of the black parents, I'm not saying 98, let's say
don't put a percent-
95.
We don't know.
When you say pay for
Let's-
school, you're talking about college?
Yes.
We
Okay.
still have to fill out
I was about to
FAFSAs and stuff like that.
I was about
Depending
to-
on what mommy makes, those grants came available for me to go to school.
You could do that on your own.
Okay.
Remember, you 18.
You're
True,
still gonna
but
need mothers. You're still gonna need mothers.
When you in the hood,
W-2s.
you really don't know about fast
So
food till you.
so you don't have to.
cap.
So to get any grants when you fresh out
You
of high
can do
school,
it at
you don't need
you
mommy's
could,
W-2s.
but you don't really know about it in the hood.
You don't
bro.
need mommy's W-2s.
No, you don't.
I
Okay.
I didn't really
No,
know
you
about
don't.
fast food till I was like
I know I needed mama W-2.
junior, senior. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like my sister had to tell me about it. So I'm just saying like they may not necessarily put that money in your hand.
I'm not talking about
Or-
put it in my hand.
What you saying?
I'm going back to the preparation. You knew at 18, I was going to graduate. There was a potential that I wanted to go to college.
Right.
Why weren't you prepared as a parent?
I didn't-
Why?
I
Because that's
didn't-
not your obligation?
No, I didn't have it. I didn't have. What I do have, you got. What I do have, or what I did have, you got.
Which is?
What you got. What you got is what I had. Whether it was a shoe.
So now what I got is owed to you. Because
I'm not saying it's old.
Y'all
just
are
wanna-
saying it's
nah,
old.
we
Y'all
just-
just don't want to use the word old.
No,
Nah, you don't have
we
to
are
do
simply
that.
asking.
Your mama
if you-
still gonna love you.
We are simply asking if you're in a position of now that you are up, would you take care of the people
That
that
nigga
took
said
care of
no.
you? That's all we're asking. I don't want you to keep. We're off the old thing. We understand. You feel like you don't owe anything, but I'm asking
feel like
you
you owe me,
if
'cause he
you
said-
are up, would you help out your parents if they
Yes,
were in need?
I would help out. In need.
Okay.
But I'm not moving you out the hood. That's
Oh yeah, no.
I'm not moving you out the hood. I'm not buying you a new car because I got it. Because I got $10 million. I'm not upgrading all of this stuff just because I got it. No, but if there's a need, like the lights finna get cut off, I'm paying for that.
Mama, your birthday's
If the water getting cut off, I'm gonna pay for that. I'm not upgrading your lifestyle. That's what I'm not gonna do.
I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you too. I'm just
So
I'm
Y'all
gonna be there in
upgrading the
need.
lifestyles? 'Cause it look like
Entirely.
I'm
if I'm in a position where I can, I'm definitely.
and it wouldn't hurt me.
I'm definitely doing it, and it wouldn't hurt me. It wasn't
My
a
mama.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
without a question asked.
yeah.
That's the goal for me
But
in
do
life.
you owe them? Regardless,
No.
regardless of
No.
it being
We're off that.
Yeah, my mama know that.
because
We're off
because
that.
you're throwing in something that most people. Yes, if most people had 10 million, they're gonna help anybody.
Most people, all right.
Like
that's
I
most
just
people.
told y'all I'm
Y'all
not.
gotta be real, bro.
I am being
I just
real.
told y'all I'm not.
We're
People
off the
had
old. We're
I
off
get-
the old
I get that.
conversation.
So if most people had $10 million,
Yeah.
most people are gonna help their parents.
Okay.
We're
But
not
you wouldn't.
We're not talking about nobody that's no millionaire.
But you wouldn't.
We talking about regular people. No, I'm not upgrading your lifestyle. Is what I said.
So what? So all right.
I'm not upgrading your lifestyle. If you've been in this house for 20 years, stay in this house for 20 years. We got a question back.
What if
What if?
upgrading this lifestyle is a way of teaching? Like, what if these, because y'all riding with this whole parents thing, what if these parents are ignorant, which means they have a lack of knowledge or lack of understanding of a particular person, place, thing, or situation? Keon made a point of they did the best of what they have. Like, what if they don't know anything outside of what
Work.
they don't know anything outside of working. So that's all they know to do because that's a generational thing. Now you went out and you got an education, you bettered yourself, you worked for what you obtained. Do you feel that it's wrong to now reach back and assist this parent in teaching them a different way of life? You have a different knowledge than
Okay.
what they have.
That's good.
Okay.
So are you now willing to turn around and reach back and say, this is what I did, this is what I've learned when I stepped out there in society, and there's a different way of living?
Nah, because they said you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
That's false.
You stuck in your ways at
That's
that point.
false.
Bro, your parents 60, 70 years old. You ain't teaching them nothing new, bro. Stop it.
But I'm not gonna lie. I just want to shout you out because when you was stating that almost sounded like my life. Like I feel like my mom is still doing what she's doing because at the time she really didn't have a choice. So she had kids, and you right, like we didn't ask to be here, but because we were here, and she wasn't just about to leave us on the streets or anything like that. Like, she did what she knew
Why not?
to do,
Jonathan
what's to
said
work.
They
And
got some parents that's like that. Why not?
What you mean?
That they don't have to take care of you. That's what Jonathan said.
I mean, but I disagreed with that.
Oh, okay.
I feel like if you brought a kid in the world, you didn't ask the world, and you just leave a kid on like a random like I disagree with all of that. Like, that kid didn't. That's a baby. That baby have no knowledge of anything at all, and you just decided to. I don't want to get into that, but I disagree with that.
Okay.
I entirely disagree with that. Now, if I ain't even gonna get to that because I was gonna get into the. Yeah, I ain't even gonna get into that. Like the rape, like somebody's been raped, and they don't want this, child or whatever the case may be. Like, do that parent owe that kid?
That is their choice.
What do you mean?
I'll say it again. That is their choice.
Who's they?
The person who was raped. It is that person's choice. Which not every rape case is just women, but we're talking about a woman because she's the one that would give birth.
Right.
It is her choice to decide whether or not she wants to have this baby or not.
I agree.
That is her choice. Now, whether her choice is based off of faith, based off of her belief, based off of whatever else, that's different.
I agree.
But you still have a choice.
Don John?
As far as having the baby, you didn't have a choice in the rape, but you have a choice on having the baby.
That is true. There's some systems out there that help the women with like fees and everything. There's some systems out there.
Facts. Is that an easy situation? Absolutely not.
That's tough.
But the choice of you saying that you are going to have this child, know what it comes with. That's what I'm saying.
What does it come with? What are your responsibilities as a parents that are raised when you have kids? What do you owe your kid when you decide, let's have this one? What are their responsibilities? What are they supposed to do?
Train them up in the way that they should go. Don't just let the school system teach your children. When those kids get back home, you teach them. You unlearn the trash stuff that the school system is teaching, and you pour into those children. It don't matter how tired you are. You decided to have children, or even you saying people don't. I'm talking about the people that decided to have children. You decided to do those things. So you make sure that you pour into those children. They should know about finances. Don't say, the school not teaching that, so it ain't my problem that they didn't know. No, you find out. If you were trash at finances as you grew up,
get some help.
Get them some help. There's plenty of free help out here for any and everybody that wants the information. YouTube is a university in itself.
Absolutely.
You should protect those kids. You should be protecting them, walking them if you are able to. You can walk them wherever if they're going to school or whatever, finding them, getting them food.
There's ways
those
to
particular things, but
you just gotta want the help.
Yeah,
I want to help, and I think there's ways. Like, I think a lot of people don't want to say that they need help as well, or don't want to reach out.
Bro,
I feel like
help.
if you need help, just say you need help.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. Did your parents teach you all of those things you just named off?
No.
They didn't teach you about credit, finances?
They taught me about credit and finances.
What was the other thing you said?
Protection.
Did your parents protect you?
Yeah.
Well, you named the third thing. What's three of them that you really ran off?
That was it. You said finances.
Educate.
Did they provide you a portal for education?
Nope. They provided a portal as far as paying for me to go to higher education. But as far as going to school and then coming home and reteaching outside of spiritual, I'm talking about outside of spirituality because I know somebody gonna go there. I just heard it in my spirit and I ain't like it. Outside of the spiritual side of it,
he was talking about you.
You didn't unlearn what the school taught me.
That's a man of God.
You just saluted the school that they taught me for 8 hours.
But
you helped me with my homework.
But he did.
He taught me.
He did give you better education,
credit,
higher education.
He was able to
finances.
Protection. Credit alone.
I mean that was a four.
Credit alone.
That was some four
protection alone.
So what's your next question?
Like education alone
that you received.
Like most people
didn't receive.
Those are the three most powerful things that you can give a kid.
Correct.
And if you receive those three most powerful things, you're super blessed, bro.
I agree.
No, your mom taught you about credit?
For sure not.
We got Job here in the audience. Job, did your parents teach you about credit? How old were you?
Well, I'm in college right now, so 19, 20, like the same age I am now when I asked.
Lauren, did your parents teach you about credit? Mine didn't teach me. So at the age, you got this teaching
That's one
probably
out of
before
five.
you were 18, right?
It's 1 out of
For
5.
For sure.
It's 20%.
So that's 4 out of 5 who didn't learn that. Now we can go to protection. We can go to a portal to a better education.
Right.
Those numbers differ.
And
but
think about it. I'm the person that's saying I don't owe my parents anything, and y'all are saying y'all owe them something.
Mm-hmm.
man,
That's good. That's good data. That's good statistics.
I mean, when you
Yeah.
you can look at it as when you gotten everything that you need.
We
Like
needed
you don't feel
help.
like you can go there with it. You can go
Who
that.
needed help?
I said we. I said me and John.
I mean, no,
I'm saying in that area that we're talking about, because you just went around and
Yeah, but
talked about credit, and we just named 4
they-
out of the
So there's
5
a
people
difference
just
between
named.
teaching somebody and then doing for somebody.
Did they teach you?
I would say they did more doing than teaching.
okay. My next,
Like I'm going to do this for you,
Ain't
and I'm going to
neither.
tell you why I did it for you. But to me, that's not teaching. To me,
Yeah.
all y'all in the comments. To me, that is not teaching.
It didn't match your learning style.
Yeah,
No,
there you
that's
go.
just not-
There you go. There you go.
That's not teaching.
I mean, I would. All right. My
yeah, you would. You
my next question.
Go
My
ahead.
next question is when does
Well, teach me then.
Yeah.
Well, teach me then.
Because, like, not to put your business out there, but you was still working on one of the aspects up to last year, right? You was getting extra help, Key, with you know what I'm saying, certain situations to better your scores and different things of that nature.
Oh,
It's-
hallelujah. Hey man, I ain't even think about that when you said that. When like, cause
Yeah,
he
like,
cause
these
your
are-
dad just helped me 2 years ago, because I didn't know about I didn't really know about credit, and my credit, as he would joke around, like I almost looked like a bowling score, like a perfect bowling score, like
300.
no cap.
Yeah.
And so he actually kind of that was the first time somebody actually told me anything really about credit.
Yeah.
And now I can say that my credit is almost 700, and that was 2 years ago.
I applied some of those things
No
from
cap.
one
Appreciate
class, and the credit limit has
Yeah.
triple, quadrupled in less than a year.
But you're saying for you, that didn't help you in the way that you needed help.
So
That's what you're saying, JB.
correct.
I'm trying to understand.
That makes
So I'm
sense.
asking questions. I'm trying to understand the mind behind the opinion.
Gotcha.
So when did your covering stop? When did it cut off?
I don't think it's cut off.
But you're married.
Correct.
That's correct.
And I'll go back to my famous saying.
But you don't feel like you owe them something, because one of the stipulations you brought up was marriage.
Right. And
Once you become a
their
house,
decision to continue to help.
Not his decision. I see what you're saying.
You
But-
can go and
but-
ask both my parents if
but-
I've ever asked them for help since I've been married. Ain't no but.
so why wouldn't you tell them stop helping me because I'm married?
No, we're not doing that.
I'm just, but
No,
I'm just,
we're
I'm
not.
trying to understand
No,
the
we're not doing
opinion.
that.
That's all.
Stop helping me.
Because to you, so based off what you said, when you get married, you now become the head of household. So that's when
I
it
mean,
should
you do.
stop,
correct.
right?
Should.
It should.
It should, but
If it don't, that's not on me.
oh,
Again, I'm not asking for help. You
All
can
right.
ask my in-laws, you can ask my parents.
all right.
If I've asked for help.
But because you don't ask and they still do, isn't that a great thing? Like, isn't that something that's worth being rewarded?
Do you think that you needed?
I'm very thankful.
Do you think that you needed some of the help that they provided without asking?
Yes.
That's a great parent to provide help without you.
It's up there.
But
Steve.
they shouldn't. To
It's up
your
there.
to
They
your
up there.
example, they shouldn't. They should stop at once you get married.
That's because you said at 18 that.
No,
I said the parents should.
I'm going based off what you put down as law as when they should stop. And you said one of
Because
the
you didn't
things
like
with
the
marriage.
answer that I gave you. So I
I
had to
love
change
the
my
answer that you give. I've never disagree. I don't care what type of answer you give. I'm trying to understand the man and the opinion. I'm not trying to argue it, but I'm trying to get a better understanding. That's all I'm trying to do. But if you lay down law that if one of your reasonings is because of marriage, it should stop, You just said you're married.
Right.
Why
You
isn't
still
it
wouldn't take him out
stopped?
the hood.
And because it hasn't stopped, you don't think you owe them, you wouldn't help them out? Because to your reasoning, it should stop when you're married.
He said, in need, he will help them.
Thank you.
Unless that, he got his family.
All right.
That's what the man said.
All right. I'm rolling with it.
That's his opinion. He's sticking beside it.
I'm rolling with it.
Thank you.
I'm rolling with it.
But as for me and my, no, I'm just playing.
That's
Nah, I'm
really
not. I'm not.
But
I'm definitely helping my mom's. Like
I brought up other
I'm definitely
cultures.
helping my mom.
I brought up other cultures
Yeah.
because when I go take my son to ABA therapy, I ride through this neighborhood, and what I see is Indian, Asian. Haven't seen too many white. I see these grandparents walking across this trail in this neighborhood. Sometimes they're with their grandkids, sometimes they're not. You could tell they're first generation just getting over here. You could tell they did what they have to do, sacrifice coming from another country and having to do certain things for their children to now be in a position to where all grandma does is walk the bayou in the morning while she talks to her friends back home and brag on how great their sons are. You know, I see it from other cultures. When I used to hang out with a lot of Filipino people, and when I would go to their house, I would see grandma and grandpa in the house. When I had Indian friends back to Kempner, shout out to Kempner, but not really. I don't f- y'all like that. But when I would go over there, it would be Indian parents over there. You know what I'm saying? Certain cultures it is. Italian. Grandma is still at the crib. She the one that cooked breakfast and dinner. Like when I go to when I see different cultures, they take care of their parents. It's easy to say that Americans don't. White people, you can say white people don't. You can say black people don't. But I just want to get your opinion on why other cultures do, but we don't. Why is that? Why is it frowned upon for us to have Nana at the crib, but other cultures come over here and thrive and Nana's at the crib? Like, I don't understand that. Like, that I do disagree with. I think it's a benefit to have the grandparents to be able to take care of your grandparents and make sure they're not in homes. Our grandmothers are in homes. White people grandmothers are in homes, nursing homes. They are. It's hard to find a lot of Indians and Asians when they get in that older age in these homes.
Cap.
My mom works at a nursing home. Works at a nursing
There are
home.
a lot of other ethnicities in there besides black and white.
It
people.
is, but what is the majority? We got to speak on the majority.
It don't matter about majority. There's
do.
still people. There are still people in all races.
But
all
what's the majority?
ethnicities. If you want to go majority, then
Gotta sip
What's the
my tea.
majority?
we at the bottom, bro. If you want to go,
What's the
we wanna talk
majority
about
in home? What's the majority in these?
In nursing
I don't know.
homes?
Nursing
I don't know.
homes.
I don't know.
In nursing homes?
I tell you,
And the majority, can I guess?
yeah.
White people?
Thank you. That's a problem.
To who?
Ladies and gentlemen, the comments you've heard tonight.
Big fat.
Josh.
Not the comment.
To who? Matter to who? It's a problem to who?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I get it.
But you say you're not taking care of your parents.
Nah, not at all. Them niggas can figure it out.
I ain't never said that. Because I said in need. When you get older, that means you are in need.
Okay.
Oh, so only...
So what's the age limit? I'm back to this.
There
What's
you
the
go-
age
there
limit?
you go again.
When they get older, like how old they got to be for you to
Okay,
be like,
so yeah, we talked about how old...
I still didn't get an age on that.
How old do I owe you?
I still didn't get an age on that.
How old do you got to be until I owe you?
It depends on the person. Some people's body break down at 50. Some
So it's
people's
when their
bodies
body
break
break
down
down?
at 80. Or your health starts failing you.
So
Oh, okay.
At whatever age.
when their
I
body
can't
break
control
down...
that.
No, I'm saying, but when they basically...
Body break down, then you'll help them out.
When they can't fend for themselves is when you step in and
Right.
take care of them.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so you just got stipulations. Like
Yeah.
you got hardcore, thin lines
Yeah.
of stipulations before you step in and be that person to take care of like your parents and stuff like that.
That boy tough.
Got you.
No, I ain't tough.
That boy tough,
I
man.
ain't tough. I ain't tough at all.
You don't think? I just want to ask you another question, and you can chime in too, John. you don't
Man,
think
I'm learning
that your
today.
parents, and you cannot care, but do you think that your parents will feel some type of way?
Absolutely.
If you are living this lavishing life.
No.
Hold on. Yeah, you know, let me finish.
My bad.
If you are living this lavish life, like this, you know, this great, you know, the great American dream, and they still are living this poverty life, do you think that they will, or this less fortunate life?
Let me cuss on you. Whose fault is that?
I'm just asking, do you think that they'll feel some type of way? Like they did their best
in my situation, and my parents.
Oh,
no,
I'm not talking about your
feel,
situation.
That's all I can go off of.
I'm just asking you for your opinion. I'm not asking you for your.
Can't speak up. So what I'm saying is,
come on, we speak on stuff that we speak.
No, I speak on my opinion.
We give opinions all the time, but I'm not talking about your specific life because we talking about your specific life. Then no, like I don't think that'll ever happen. You know what I mean? That's not realistic for your life. I'm just asking for your opinion or your thoughts. Or maybe let me ask John.
Why would you, as a parent, regardless, why would you be upset, jealous, or any of those negative emotions for your child if your child made it?
Because I barely got hot water in my water. I mean, I barely got hot water in my crib, but you live in La Vida Loca over there. And we used to have.
Whose fault
I'm just saying, when you were living with me, we barely had hot water. And now that you no longer living with me, you live in the Vida Loca.
Right. It's different if I'm still living with you, then I need to put in on everything in the house.
So if you are not living with me anymore, it's no longer your problem.
One less mouth you got to feed, less water being used,
don't have hot
less
water
electricity
in my crib.
being used.
So that's not your concern no more, that you don't have to take cold showers. That's not your concern anymore because you don't live with me no more.
No, that internship panned out.
Why you still
He got the job offer right after graduation.
Why is there 40
Deuces,
years?
mama.
Yes. Why is there 40 years that you stuck in the same place and now I'm supposed to reach down and bring you up?
Maybe I'm a single mother.
Because now I'm 45, now I'm 50. The kids have left the house, and now I'm too old to be a, you know.
Yeah, I had to work extra shifts to make sure you got your
too
tennis
old to
shoes and
do
clothes
certain
and
things
food
to get my money up.
You didn't have to do that either as a parent. Because you said that. Right,
a lot of parents. I said a lot of parents don't.
You could have stayed. You could have stayed in them clothes that you had last year and the year before that.
I could have kept you in those clothes you had the year before and the year before that while you was going through school. Okay.
Yeah, you could have.
You would have hated me as a parent. You would have hated me. I put you in the same shoes.
I can't speak on that.
Clothes.
I can't speak on that because I don't know. I don't know nobody in that situation that been like that had that. Got it out the mud, whatever. Like they was in the same.
If you are an American. And your parents put you in the same clothes, same shoes, you are going to feel some type of way about your parents. The only people that don't is people that are less fortunate that come into this country. Those people don't mind wearing the same jacket, same shoes, same shirt every day because they know their parents are.
Why would you feel a way about that as a child?
Josh.
If your parents is guiding you, you going to school. You're not. It's not a fashion statement.
I'm not saying
fashion. Stop the cap.
It's not a fashion statement.
You would feel some type of way.
He would.
Cap. Because my parents said they weren't buying me stuff when I got in high school. And I went and got a job and bought whatever I wanted. What are you talking about?
Okay.
They said, no, you don't need three pairs of shoes.
In high school, when you old enough to get it. I'm just saying.
Thank you. When I'm old enough to do it on my own.
But if they would have told you this, when you wasn't old enough to get a job, you would have felt some type of way.
No, I wouldn't have. Because now I don't have a means to go and get it. When I have a means to go and get it, you should not feel away.
You wouldn't look at your parents different if they couldn't afford the things that other kids have?
No. Why would you look at your parents different?
I'm just speaking from the heart, from a mind of a child.
Sound like you judging your parents. Oh, well, because you couldn't do what Susie parents did for them. Like, I got a problem with you.
But you judging your parents on not having a certain status by the time they're 40 and 50 years old. Why are they still stuck in the rut?
I'm not judging them on the status.
You just did.
I'm not. No. I'm not judging them on the status. I'm saying, why do I need to help you out of this status? Is what I'm saying.
But you were just sleeping in the room that I was paying for when you graduated college. Like, you was just here with me, bro. You was just in the cold shower with me, but now you got your internship and you graduate. Deuces, mom.
That's
You
on
should have
you.
did better.
That boy
Cold-blooded,
boy.
bro.
Yeah, you should've
That
did
boy
cold.
cold-blooded.
It ain't got nothing to do with cold-blooded, bro. It ain't
That
got
boy
nothing to do-
cold blood.
I'm just trying to understand, man. I'm just really trying to
don't look
understand.
like you gonna
In
understand.
one sentence, you could tell me the covering
get it.
stops after you get married, and then you can tell me, oh, they still covering me in a certain way, but I ain't asking them to. But
Right.
you're not gonna tell them to stop because I'm a man now. I'm married now. I'm trying to understand it. If I'm in the house with somebody,
Right.
I went to college and I'm still in that
You
same
cold,
room.
my
The moment
boy.
I graduate, it's deuces, mama. Even though we was just kicking it last week, you gave me your last 20 to go to the
Yeah, because you didn't
schoolhouse.
prepare me.
Man, you don't know what mommy had to go
Lord.
through. That's all I'm saying.
So I
like
guess
you don't
I'm-
know what mommy
So
education
maybe I
level
gotta
is,
be rude
bro.
and disrespectful. I don't care.
That's cool. I could respect that.
I don't care.
It's kind of selfish.
I didn't ask to be here.
That's tough.
That's kind of selfish.
all right,
that's
you
tough.
right. That's tough though.
You're here though.
Yeah, man.
You
And
here
who's
though.
that's my fault?
No, I'm just saying you here.
All right.
Right.
You could be the
So
difference
now
maker.
I owe you because you gave me life.
We're
No,
not
I'm just
saying
saying
you
you
owe,
could.
but if you
I said
up,
could.
would you?
You could be the difference maker. You
could, man.
I think
Difference
Lo
maker
had
in
a
what
good
way?
point.
Difference maker in what way?
Because you
could
can
teach,
show them things that
you
they
can show them
never
things they didn't have a
could
chance
afford.
to because they was working
I'll take you
overtime
on
to
a
keep
trip.
the lights on.
You want to go on a trip? That's what
That's
y'all
a
talking about?
trip.
That's what y'all talking about? They want to go on vacation? I see you
No,
on vacation.
now that you know about credit and stuff, you can go back and teach
You
them
can go
about
see
credit.
Italy.
Hey, I got you this credit card. Let me show you there's a $50 limit or there's a $100 limit. Like you can.
I'm not doing that.
Tough, my
Reach
God.
one,
They
teach
credit
one,
only
man.
500.
Man,
Hey, my boy.
That's on you, baby.
And on that note,
he cold.
hey, we appreciate y'all for listening on We Just Be Talking. Do I owe you? Hey, I encourage y'all to go have conversations with your parents.
Let
Go
them
and have
let them
conversation
niggas
with
know you don't owe them nothing. All right,
Go
you
and
shouldn't
have
have had me.
conversation with your kids.
Shouldn't have had me.
You
Shouldn't
can
have.
reach us on Spotify, YouTube. Where else can they reach us, JB?
I don't know.
He said,
Don't reach me.
you too. Hey, shout out to my auntie Dotsy in New York.
Oh, you know what?
Appreciate
No, I
that.
got a new uncle. Shout out Uncle Bobby, man.
Hey, yeah.
He always commenting. He's always
Facts.
supporting. I appreciate you for everything that you say, all the comments, all the listens, all the people that you let vibe and listen to the content too and watch the
Facts.
content.
Boop, boop.
Appreciate you.
Facts. The discussions they have at work. Last episode we had, I ain't gonna give too much out, but he said after they listened to it, someone came up to him and said that was their life.
Dang, it's crazy. That's wonderful, man.
So it's touching a lot of people, slowly but surely.
Hey, spread the news. Share it with somebody. Share it with somebody. Shout out to all our subscribers. And we out.
Josh
Love y'all.
mad. We out of here.